welcome to McKinley Field. It's homecoming night at Urbana High School. Jason Liggett with you alongside Abram Washington for the Tigers Media Network. We appreciate you tuning in, and it's kickoff here as the Urbana Tigers host Peoria Richwoods Knights. Knights kicking that one back and into the end zone. So Urbana will start this game on offense at the 20-yard line. A lot of festivities going on all week here at Urbana High School, capped off with the pep rally this afternoon and the parade. Parade ran past Race Street and the high school and made its way through downtown Urbana on Main Street and then past the city building, where, of course, we were set up and broadcast the parade. And they're getting a new football out here. I imagine there might be some moisture issues as it rained pretty much all day up until 5 or 5:30. It finally let up. And not a hard rain, just enough to annoy you, enough to say it was raining. And it has been chilly, and tonight is no different. Tigers hand this one off and look to run that up the middle. Looks like they're stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Dawson Hubbard with the tackle there for Richwoods. And flags all over the place on this one, but Elijah Rogers with the quarterback keeper and gets a gain of about 7 or so. I imagine that'll be an offside situation, but we'll see here. All three of those flags thrown at the same time right at the start of that play. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. So that'll bring up 2nd and 15 from the 15-yard line. Urbana with their first road victory under Coach Ordell Walker, their first win overall since 2017, coming last week just across town at Centennial. The Tigers win 22-12 to bring home the Wright Street Trophy. So congratulations to Coach Ordell Walker and the Urbana Tigers. We're on to the next week, though. Week 7 here. There's that one out and not able to come up with it. Rogers trying to find Prentice Turner. And Turner had a couple hands on it, but some good defense by Richwoods. And nothing going. So 3rd and 15 now. 10:51 left to play here in the first as we hear the wind picks up behind us. They dish that one back and running it up for a gain of 3 yards. So that puts them at the 19-yard line. So 3 and out to start this game for the Tigers. Not how they desired, but still plenty of football left to play here. Rogers back to kick this one, and not a good kick at all. Scooping that one up at the 30 is Richwoods, and he's still going. He gets all the way to about the 10-yard line. Disastrous punt there from Rogers. Didn't get a good foot on it. And this is better field position than Richwoods would have had they just taken over at the 19. So not good for the Tigers. Defense is going to have to step up big here. You don't really want to go down early. You want to kind of use that momentum from last week and use the energy you have for it being your homecoming to come out here and strike first. But it's going to be difficult for the Tigers defense as Richwoods is within 10 yards. First and goal from the 10. They run this one for a gain of a couple. They'll mark that one at the 7-yard line. So gain of 3, and Richwoods back in action now. And they try to run it and gain a couple more. They're down to the 5. Well, so Richwoods with a good strategy here, being so close to the end zone and a good field position to start off the drive. They're not trying to air it out with any fancy passes or anything like that. They're just trying to get edge closer to the end zone, and they're doing so, but it might not be enough. Urbana defense, big play here, 3rd and 5. And Richwoods battles their way down at the 1. So thought that Richwoods was going to get in there. They get hit at the last second at the 1-yard line. So it's 4th and goal from the 1. See what Peoria Richwoods elects to do here. I assume they're going to go for it, and they will. Why score 3 when you could potentially score 7? And they're in there for the touchdown. Touchdown, Peoria Richwoods. The Knights strike first. 8:11 remaining here in the first quarter, and it's a 6-0 deficit for the Tigers on homecoming 2019. And, of course, tomorrow will be the homecoming dance. The attendance for the freshmen, Brinley Pullman and True Johnson. Sophomores, Jayonce Johnson and Chris Rosemond. And the extra point is up and good. So now 7-0 in favor of Richwoods. Allison Perez and Jermail Young representing the juniors as their attendance. And looking at the senior homecoming court, Tilly Pines and Chris Cross, Tajiana Hill and Sam Ross, Alaria Jackson and Vashon Frazier, Mackenzie Pullman and Cameron Emery, and the class of 2019 King and Queen, Kinsey Bostick and Zeke Brown. I'm sure you'll recognize several of those names from watching sporting events here on the Tigers Media Network. Kinsey Bostick has already been a force to reckon with on the volleyball team on the games that we've covered for them. We'll be back at Judge Green Court for volleyball this coming Thursday of next week, the 17th. Tigers back to receive as they trail by 7 in the first. And Urbana does a good job of gaining a few extra yards there, as even after a hit, they stay up. It's a 22-yard return. Ball's on the 29-yard line. Urbana enters tonight's play 1-5 overall, 1-4 in the Big 12 Conference. Richwoods 2-4 overall, 2-4 also in the conference. And there is a flag on the play. Good run there by Urbana. Is that we'll see what they rule this flag. Who's it against? And it'll be holding against the Tigers. Urbana with the run. Oh, and that could have been potentially big offensive play there for the Tigers, but slipping and falling on that one is Elijah Rogers, and he knows it. He's a little bit upset with himself. Could have been a little bit of a moisture issue. I mentioned that it had rained all day. Turf does a pretty good job of not standing water by any means, but you never know how slippery it might be, especially after a full day's rain. Rogers looks to airs this one out as he gets hit, and he had a couple receivers in the area, but also 3 defensemen for Richwoods, and an incomplete pass there. Rogers looked like he got knocked a little bit as he threw that ball. We haven't seen a lot of passing from the Tigers, so happy to see them try something a little bit different, keep Peoria Richwoods on their toes, although it looked like Richwoods was ready for that one there. Decent student section on hand considering the temperatures, but it is a homecoming after all. And Urbana tries to run on the far side, but gets brought down behind the line of scrimmage there. That's going to bring up 4th down. Another 3 and out here for the Tigers. Rogers will be back to punt for Urbana. And Metch Butter punt this time around. He gets it to a little past midfield, although Richwood's doing a nice job of running this back. We do have a penalty marker on the play. That one ran back to about the 38-yard line. All right, so they had a block in the back and roughing the kicker there. And it'll remain Urbana ball here with a 1st down, so it's a big penalty against Richwoods. We have another whistle here, and refs want to come together at midfield and talk about it. Might just be swapping the ball out. I think they're doing their best to keep those balls dry. So Urbana gets lucky on that. They get a new set of downs here. And an opportunity here. They slip and fall a little bit right there, but looks like a gain of 9. That's a 9-yard run from Lavoy Young. Young is a player that you've heard us call the name often of. Solid running back for Ordell Walker. He also filled in on quarterback the game that Elijah Rogers went down with an injury. And we got a flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be encroachment on the defense. And that's exactly what it is. So 5-yard penalty in favor of the Tigers. So it's going to be 1st and 10. They move the chains again due to a penalty. We'll take it if we can get it. So ball at the 45 now. Tigers' best field position tonight. 5:19 left in the first. And Urbana trails Richwoods by 7. It's a 7-0 ball game. They hand that one off and still up and fighting for it. Looks like they're going to end up with a 7-yard run. And that's Young on the carry again. So Lavoy Young with a 9-yard run follows that up with a 7-yard run. So 2nd down and 3 to go, ball on the 38-yard line. We want to keep the chains moving here, and the Tigers want to reach the end zone. See if they can even things up. Rogers with the keeper, and he'll have enough for a 1st down. For more information on Urbana High School athletics, you can visit their website, il.8to18.com/Urbana. You can also follow them on Twitter @AthleticsUrbana. We appreciate you tuning in and joining us here on the Tigers Media Network for Homecoming 2019. It's the Urbana Tigers hosting Peoria Richwoods Knights. Tigers with a gain of 5 here. So they've had some success running the ball early in this game, and they're going to continue to do so. Second and 5 from the 30. 3:35 remaining here in the first. Jason Liggett, Abram Washington on the Tigers Media Network, powered by UHS Broadcasting, the Urbana High School journalism class. Rogers keeps that one again, and looks like he's going to get the 1st down, or possibly just shy of it. We'll see where they mark this. I think they might just be shy, maybe half a yard or so. Yeah, they're going to mark that a full yard, so it's going to be 3rd and 1 from the 26. Big play here for the Tigers. See if they can just run this ball and get it a yard further, get a new set of downs here, and then go to work to try to find that end zone. There's a penalty marker on the play. Urbana looks like they do get the 1st down. I think it is going to go against Urbana, unfortunately. I see a ref pointing that direction. So 3rd and 6 now. 5-yard penalty against the Tigers. And they get it and some more. Here's Elijah Rogers and touchdown run. Elijah Rogers with a quarterback keeper carves his way into the end zone, and the Tigers score. It's a 6-7 ball game as this fans come alive. So the band and the crowd loving that one on homecoming night 2019. Rogers with a big run into the end zone, and Urbana is on the board. 2:29 remaining here in the first. I imagine the Tigers will try to go for two. And that they will. So Tigers trying to take an early lead here against Richwoods. They dish it off to the near side. Trying to power in is number 3, Lavoy Young, and not able to do so. Stopped by Richwoods. So Lavoy Young with an opportunity there. Ran into some defense from Richwoods, and I think that was even Rogers coming in at the tail end of that play to try to push him across the line, but to no avail. So Urbana, 2-point conversion, no good, but they are on the board. It's Urbana 6, Richwoods 7, 2:29 to play in the first quarter at McKinley Field. And fans still filing in here, wrapped in blankets and all the winter gear they can find. It is a chilly 43 degrees. Temperature is going to get down to 31 overnight here in Urbana. But hopefully not until we're tucked in bed and off this press box. At halftime, I will be going down to the press box to warm up, but Abram said he's going to tough it out up here, so good luck to Abram. He didn't even have gloves. I can't imagine. At least I brought some gloves. His hands are going to be nothing at the end of this. All right, Urbana lines up for the onside kick. A little swab kick that doesn't even make it 10 yards, I don't think. Does it? Yeah, I guess it does. No, we got a penalty marker on the play here. And Urbana kickoffs, always interesting. I think very rarely after they score do you see them just do a traditional kickoff. It's either a little swab kick like that, or they do an onside kick, or whatever the case may be. Doesn't seem like it pans out as much as I would like it to. So Richwoods throws that back to number 21. And running that for the Knights is Jamar Woods. Woods gains just a couple as Urbana defense steps up. It's 2nd and 8 from the 50. Dropping back and airing this one out is Richwoods, and it is overthrown. Out to receive that is number 82 for the Knights, Marcus Lanier. So an incomplete pass. Bring up 3rd and 8. And, just going by their win-loss record and what sort of points they've put up, it would appear that these two teams are evenly matched coming into tonight's contest, but you really don't know what you get until you see them on the field. And so far it would appear that we're in for a good one tonight. Richwoods going to pick up the first down and then some. That was Culberson on the carry for the Knights. So ball on the 38, 1st and 10. Richwoods pitches this back to Woods, and Woods is brought down after just a yard. McCann drops back, airs this one out, and once again overthrown. He was looking for Tyson Norris out there, and incomplete pass. So 33 seconds remaining here in the first. So that'll bring up 4th down here for Richwoods as first quarter set to expire. So at the end of one, it's Richwoods leading Urbana, but just by 1. It's a 7-6 ball game. Richwoods struck first, getting into the end zone and kicking the extra point. Then we saw Elijah Rogers running in with power and ferocity, scoring Urbana's 6 points. Urbana went for the 2-point conversion, unable to do so. And that's what gives us our 7-6 ball game here. The ball's on the 38-yard line to start the second quarter. Richwoods has it. It's 4th and 10. Sam McCann hands this one off and running the ball and dangerously close to the first down there, and I think they do get it. Yeah, they pick up the first. So just as it seemed like Urbana was going to get a stop here on defense, I think that into the first quarter and start of the second kind of ruined Urbana's defensive momentum, and everything shifted in favor of Richwoods. And now they have a First down, fairly deep into Tiger territory. Ball on the 26. 11:53 and a 1-point lead here in the second quarter. McCann tries to dish that off to number 12. Let's see, the ball fumbled around. It looks like Urbana has it. We'll see. It is Tiger football. So McCann went to give that one off to Cam Culberson. Culberson wasn't able to come up with it. He then dove on the ball after Urbana dove on the ball. The ball was a little bit slippery there. Ultimately, the Tigers come away with it. So big turnover there as Richwoods was getting deep into Tiger territory. So it'll be Urbana ball as they try to take the lead here early on in the second quarter. Rogers on the far side. He's running the ball. He picks up the first down. Can he get a little bit further? He does. I thought there for a second he was going to get away from the pack. That's a gain of 15. Nice 15-yard run from quarterback Elijah Rogers. And we've got an injury timeout here. Urbana player is down. He is moving around, but trainer out there and one of the assistant coaches on their way as well. So hopefully all is well with him. And both teams headed to the sidelines now as they attend to him. Jason Liggett alongside 2015 Urbana High School graduate Abram Washington running our camera tonight. We appreciate you tuning in here on the Tigers Media Network. That is some bad news for Urbana. Being helped off the field is number 2, Elijah Rogers. And I don't know if there's a more important player than Elijah Rogers on the Tigers team. So looks like it might be an ankle issue or what. We'll monitor the injury and see what we can find out from up here. But the Tigers press on. 1st and 10 from the 45 after Rogers had a 15-yard run. He already ran it in for a touchdown. We'll see if Urbana's offense can go without him. They look to hand this one off and gain of 3 yards. So Richwoods hasn't been very successful in protecting the run, which advantageous to the Tigers because the bulk of their offense is running. Certainly a big piece of that is the versatility of Elijah Rogers, who is sitting on the sidelines right now. Lavoy Young under center now for the Tigers. And that's a keeper for Young. I think he might have gained 1 or 2 there. So they mark that at the 50-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 5 for the Tigers. They trail by 1 here with 10:30 left in the second quarter. It's a 7-6 ball game in favor of Richwoods. Homecoming 2019 here at McKinley Field. Rained all day, but cleared up in time for the game. But temperatures dropped significantly throughout the day. I think we carved at least 20 degrees off the temperature from time I woke up till now. Abram confirms with a nod of the head. Tigers looking to run that one, and they're brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of 1 on the play. So 4th and 6 now. Tigers are going to punt. And normally this would be Rogers back to punt. I believe, is that number 71 out there? I think that's 71, Ryder Madison for Urbana. Got some distance on that one, back to around the 30-yard line. We do have a flag on the play. He's brought down at the 32. We'll see what the penalty marker is about. All right, so it goes against Richwoods. Another block in the back call. And that's going to push him back to the 20-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 20. See if Urbana's defense can come up big here again. They forced a fumble last go-round. And it does look like Elijah Rogers is standing on his own accord on the sideline. So we'll see if he comes back in the next time on offense. Meanwhile, Richwoods running it up and getting the first down and then some. They're up to the 34-yard line. So they make back that penalty marker in no time at all. 14-yard run puts them at the 34. 1st and 10, 9:04 remaining here in the first half. Yeah, and it looks like Rogers is back in this game. He went up, and LaVoy Young was asking him some questions. He's nodding yes. I assume that means you're going to be back in the next series. Another good run there from the Knights as they gain 11. It'll be another first down. They're moving the chains again. So they're marching downfield here. See if Urbana defense can put a stop to this drive. Richwoods gains 3 at that to bring up 2nd and 7 from the 49-yard line. 7:42 left to play here in the first half of action. Richwoods up by 1. It's a 7-6 ball game on homecoming night 2019 at McKinley Field. There's the handoff. They're running on the near side. There is a flag on the play, but he gets pushed out around the let's see where they marked that, around the 25. Multiple penalty markers on the field right now. And referee's going to gather around midfield to talk things over. All right, so we had holding against Richwoods and a personal foul against the Tigers, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 1 now from the 45. Gerard and Smith aired that one out, but an incomplete pass. He was looking for a receiver around the 30-yard line. So that brings up 3rd and 1. I think if you're Richwoods here, you might just go for the run, try to lunge forward to get that yard. Still plenty of time left in this half, so no need to try to get a touchdown on one play. And with the quarterback keeper there, Richwoods gets the first down and a little bit more. So 1st and 10 for the Knights from the 38-yard line. 7 minutes remaining here in the first half. They're up by 1, looking to add to that lead. See if Urbana defense can put a stop to them. They dish that over to Culberson, and Culberson running. Culberson has broken away. There is a flag on the play. Culberson finds the end zone for a touchdown. We'll see who this penalty marker is against. We're hoping it's against the Knights, but I fear it might not be. It is against the Knights, holding on the Knights, so Urbana lucks out again. So no touchdown, and they're marking that one back. Looks like they're going to mark that at the 43-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 14 now for Richwoods. Gain of 2 on the carry there. Bring up 2nd and 12 from the 41. And Peoria Richwoods going to call a timeout to talk things over, an offensive game plan here. With 6 minutes remaining in this first half, Richwoods up by 1. It's 7-6. The homecoming court will be announced at halftime and come on the field. Once again, the senior homecoming court, Tilly Pines and Chris Cross, Tajiana Hill and Sam Ross, Ilaria Jackson and Vashon Frazier, Mackenzie Pullman and Cameron Emery, and the king and queen of homecoming 2019, Kinsey Bostick and Zeke Brown. Congratulations to the homecoming court for the class of 2019. Oh, and some good pressure there by the Tigers. And a good throw there from Drayden Smith, and the receiver drops it right into his hands, and he's just not able to haul it in. He was open, too. So Urbana might have gotten a lucky break there. That'll bring up 3rd and 12 now. 5:55 remaining here in the first half. It's a 7-6 ball game. in favor of Peoria Richwoods. Drayden Smith with the keeper. He runs it up to the 33-yard line. So a gain of 8 from Smith and bring up 4th and 4. I think with field position, if you're Richwoods, you go for it here. No need to punt it. They're all the way at the 33 and out of field goal range. So they're going for it. All or nothing here for Drayden Smith. He keeps it, and he gets the first down. Tigers defense really could have used a stop right there. They could have taken over and had a nice run going into halftime, but ball's going to remain in Peoria Richwoods' claps. They dish this back to number 21, Jamar Woods, and Woods making his way all the way to the end zone. He fought off defender after defender, and Peoria Richwoods finds the end zone for their second touchdown of the evening. 7-point lead now for the Knights, 13-6. 4:26 remaining here in the first. And the kick is up and good. So with the extra point, it makes it an 8-point game. Peoria Richwoods 14, Urbana 6, 4:26 left here in the first half. Also coming up at halftime, they will announce the 4 new members of the Athletic Hall of Fame here at Urbana High School. Brandon Carell, track and field. Letitia Dove, track and field. Jennifer Hill, swim and dive. And Mackenzie White, track and field. So congratulations to the class of 2019 Urbana High School Athletic Hall of Fame. Urbana receives the punt, and running this one is Young. Young able to circle around and brings it up to the 33-yard line. There's a flag on the play here. 4:19 remaining in the first half. And that's a 10-yard penalty against the Tigers for holding. So they're going to put it back at the 20-yard line. Rogers back in the game, and he makes his presence felt, running it out 3 or 4 yards on the first play. And it was a 4-yard gain there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 6 from the 24-yard line. 3:56 remaining here as the clock continues to tick down. Tigers trail by 8. Rogers dishes this one back, and Tigers going to be in some trouble. There's going to be a face mask there, I think. Tigers trying to fend off Jared Evans there. And I think they got a hand right in the face mask. I saw the flag fly right after I noticed that, so we'll see what the official ruling here is here, but I don't think it's anything good for Urbana. They're going to call holding on the offense. So it'll be 2nd and 12 now from the 18-yard line. Uh-oh. Is that a fumble there? And it is. Not what you wanted to do there. I saw Rogers scrambling around. Looked like he just dished that off to someone. I'm not too sure if they caught it or what the situation was there. Regardless, Peoria Richwoods dove on top of it, and they come away with the ball. This really could be disastrous in the long run for the Tigers if they give up more points here going into the half. They trail by just 8 now, definitely manageable, but you don't want to give Peoria Richwoods all this momentum going into the half. Tigers need to come up with something big here on defense. 3:07 remaining. Richwoods on the 15-yard line. And that is not the big defensive play I was talking about. Running that in almost untouched is Cam Culberson for the night. So Richwoods now leads 20-6 over the Tigers. Be 21 here, pending extra point. Well, I guess if there's a bright spot in that, they did it so quick that the Tigers still have time to get the ball in the end zone on the offensive side of things. Cut into this 14-point lead, now a 15-point lead for Peoria Richwoods as the extra point is up and good. We have 3 more broadcasts on the Tigers Media Network. Coming up next Thursday, volleyball at Judge Green Court and Oscar Adams Gymnasium. We're back at McKinley Field a week from today for senior night at Urbana High School, October 18th. And then we've got senior night for volleyball on October 22nd, Tuesday. We hope you can join us for all those. And, of course, we stream all these the day after on YouTube, youtube.com/UPTV6. You can find our link easily on urbanapublictelevision.org. They air Saturday nights at 6:30 on Urbana Public Television, Comcast Xfinity's Channel 6 and 1096, AT&T UVerse Channel 99, and i3 Broadband Channel 6. Richwoods set to kick off. And kicking for the Knights is Marcus Lanier. Oh, tell me that is not the case. Did Richwoods just recover this? All the Richwoods players are saying it, and the referee says it too. Urbana's just giving him the ball at this point. Hopefully the Tigers can come back and, after a halftime chat, get back on the right page because this is not going the way that Coach Ordell Walker wants it to. So ball on the 36-yard line. Good field position again and plenty of time for the Knights. They're up 21-6 over the Tigers. That one handed off to Culberson, and Culberson gains 6. There is a flag on the play. All right, and that one goes against Richwoods. Urbana gets a little bit of a break here. Ball's going to go back to the 45-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 19 with 2:49 left here in the first half. Richwoods up 21-6 over the Tigers. Drayden Smith back to throw. He airs it out and off the head of Lavoy Young. Drayden Smith was looking for Jared Evans, and Evans was there. Young didn't quite see where that ball was. Otherwise, that would have been a surefire interception for the Tigers and Lavoy Young. But at times you're focusing on the wide receiver. Didn't see where that ball was thrown. So an unfortunate situation there for the Tigers, but no real damage done as Peoria is still at the 45-yard line. 2:28 now left in the first half. Richwoods up by 15. That's going to be a keeper, and he's going all the way. That's number 13, Drayden Smith. He's brought down at the 1-yard line. They're going to mark him at. So the Tigers do dive and get a hold of him at the 1-yard line, but what a run there by Smith. So this will be tough for Urbana's defense to hold him now. It's 1st and goal from the 1. 2:18 left here in the first. Richwoods looks to add to their 15-point lead before they go into the half. Jason Liggett alongside Abram Washington here on the Tigers Media Network, powered by UHS Broadcasting, a part of the Urbana High School journalism class. Well, the first quarter and about halfway into this second quarter, to be honest, it was a back-and-forth matchup. Looked pretty even, and now it's been all Richwoods here. Not what Urbana wanted to celebrate on their homecoming. And it's going to be Richwoods taking their second time out of the half. .201 left here in the first half. Richwoods up by 15 and threatening to score again. Ball's on the 1. It's 1st and goal. 21-6 ball game. Richwoods wants to talk things over, and looks like that's a quarterback keeper, and he's in there for a touchdown. So Drayden Smith gets into the end zone after all, after that long run and being stopped at the 1-yard line, but he's able to pick up the TD run. And it's a 27-6 ball game here, 1:57 left in the first. Extra point is pending to make it 28-6. And Urbana had a very solid 17 minutes, 18 minutes of this game, and then it's all come crashing downhill. The point is up and good. And now they're down by 22. 28-6, 1:57 remaining here in the first. We'll see if Urbana's offense can answer back with an offensive drive, give them a little bit of momentum going into halftime and shrink this lead. For more information on Urbana High School athletics, you can visit their website, il.8to18.com/Urbana. You can also follow them on Twitter at AthleticsUrbana. You can see team rosters as well as schedules of current and upcoming sports here at Urbana High School on their website. Richwoods back to kick. Tigers set to receive. 1:57 left in the first half. That little swab kick, Urbana's got to. And Urbana was looking to receive that, and they get mauled over. Whoever was back to receive that one. There is a flag on the play. Let's see what it is. He was flattened there. All right, and that's going to go against Richwoods. That's interference and 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. That'll bring up a first down, and ball's on the 50 for the Tigers. So Tigers with a prime opportunity here. Ball on the 50. There's still time left. They've got all their timeouts left. See what Coach Ordell Walker and the Tigers have in store here for the Knights. Rogers hands this one off, and Peoria reads it well and knocks him back behind the line of scrimmage. That's a loss of 3 on the play. This will bring up 2nd and 13 from the 47-yard line. 1:28 remaining, and Urbana's in no rush. .110 now. They need a big play here. They hand it off, and they might get something going here. Lavoy Young looks like he's got a gain of 10. They'll mark it a gain of 9 at the 44-yard line. Good time to take a timeout, but Urbana presses on. 47 seconds remaining here in the first half. Play clock's at 21. And looks like it's going to be a false start on the Tigers. So ball back to the 49-yard line. It's 3rd and 9 now. There's 33 seconds, so just 10 seconds separation from the game clock and play clock. And Urbana takes a timeout. 27 seconds remaining. Well, and I think if you want to give Rogers a chance to throw a long ball here, now would be your time. Rogers drops back. Looking for a receiver, not able to find some, under pressure and brought down. It's a big loss there. Outer being up 4th down. That was a loss of 5, and looks like time is going to expire here. And that'll be the half. So at the end of the first half, Peoria Richwoods 28, Urbana 6. We'll see what Urbana can come up with during the second half. We'll be back with more from McKinley Field. It's Homecoming 2019 on the Tigers Media Network. We're about set to get the second half underway here at McKinley Field. The Tigers trail by 22. It's a 28-6 ball game in favor of Peoria Richwoods Knights on homecoming night 2019. An extended halftime that brought out the new inductees to the Urbana High School Athletic Hall of Fame. Brandon Carell, track and field. Letitia Dove, track and field. Jennifer Hill, swim and dive. And Mackenzie White, track and field. Congratulations to the class of 2019 Urbana High School Hall of Fame. As we see an onside kick. And they're going to mark that one at the 47-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 here to start the second half. Richwoods ball. This is a fairly even matchup in the first half for about the first 18 minutes or so. And then Urbana had some sloppy play, and Richwoods took advantage of that. Was a 7-6 ball game at one point, 21 unanswered points. Now for Richwoods, and they're on the offensive side of things here. Richwoods drops back to air this one out, and incomplete pass there.
Second down for Richwoods and 47.
Drayden Smith was looking for Jared Evans there on that play. Ball was underthrown. Smith hands that one off, and they are knocked down hard there. Brandon Simmons for the Tigers. I guess that was Preston Turner they have on the stop there. Flag on the play. See what they come up with here. It's going to be a false start on Richwoods. Be a 5-yard penalty. Push the ball back to the 48-yard line. 3rd and 15 now. So Urbana's defense can use a stop right here and get the ball back on offense. Be a good way to start off the second half here as Urbana trails by 22 and needs to dig out of that hole. Richwoods hands that off and gain of a few, but certainly not enough. Culberson on the carry for the Knights. He's brought down at the 48-yard line, so a gain of 4, bring up 4th and 11. Well, and unfortunately for myself and Abram Washington, it didn't get any warmer out here when we were down in the press box. Nice heated press box they have here, but we were on top of it in the weather, in the cold. Low snap there, and we got some whistles. Oh, my. And the kicker was down. The kicker downed that. It's going to be marked at the 39, so a huge opportunity here for the Tigers. That was a low snap, and as the kicker tried to gain control of it, his knee went down, and it's going to be Tiger ball here on the 39. And certainly still early here in the second half, but you got to believe this is a must-score drive for the Tigers if they want to get back in this thing. Tigers go up the middle, and forward motion is going to put that around the 37-yard line, I think. They're going to mark it at the 38, so just a gain of 1 yard. Bring up 2nd and 9 with 9:42 left in the third. Lavoy Young gains 3 on the carry there. 3rd and 6 now from the 36. Elijah Rogers keeps it. He's got a hole, not quite large enough though. Peoria Richwoods stops him. That'll bring up 4th down. Dawson Hubbard was there to bring down Rogers, and it'll be 4th and 4. The ball on the 33. Urbana's going to go for it here. They need 4 yards. See if they can get it. Rogers keeps it again. He's got a few. I don't think he's got 4. So I think he made his way to the 30-yard line, which is where they're going to mark it, but he needed to get to the 29. So just a yard short there, but it's a big yard. And we've got someone down for the Tigers once again. Is that Rogers again down? It is. Elijah Rogers back down on his back on the turf. He was already injured once this game. Sat out a series. We'll see what this means for the Tigers offense going forward. Looks like it might be another lower leg issue. Trainers out there with them again. So are a couple assistant coaches. Rogers almost being carried off this time. He'll sit down on the sideline. And it's Richwoods' ball now. So 1st and 10 from the 30. 7:51 left to play in the third. Richwoods up by 22. It's a 28-6 ball game here at McKinley Field. Urbana's going to take a timeout to talk things over, what they want to do on the defensive side of the ball. Tigers stopped the run there after a gain of a couple. So they'll mark that at the 33-yard line, gain of 3, 2nd and 7 with 7:23 left in the third. Drayden Smith hands this off to Culberson, and Culberson muscles his way for a first down. He'll be spotted at the 42-yard line. Abrams getting rowdy up here. Culberson with the carry again. He's brought down at the line of scrimmage. Smith brought down for a loss on the play. So a loss of 1 will bring up 3rd and 10. The ball's on the 42-yard line. 5:44 remaining here in the third. And 22 points is the deficit here for the Tigers. Peoria Richwoods ball. There's Drayden Smith. He tosses that back to number 21, Jamar Woods. And Jamar, gain of a few here. He runs out of bounds around the 47-yard line. Is going to bring up 4th and 5 from the 47. Flag on the play there. Be a false start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. It'll bring up 4th and 10 now from the 42. We'll see if this changes plans for the Knights. Looks like Richwoods still going to go for it here. Can't blame them with a lead of 22. Airing this one out and downfield. It's an incomplete pass. Quarterback Drayden Smith looked downfield and not able to connect to his receiver. So it'll be turnover on downs. He was looking for Jared Evans down there. And it's Urbana ball on the 42-yard line, 1st and 10. Young drops back, flags on the play. He airs this one out, and it is intercepted. We got 2 flags down, and it's fumbled. Urbana drops on it. Wild play. We'll see what these flags mean. I think they might be against Urbana, but right now it's Urbana ball on the 25-yard line. That worked out just as well as if Urbana would have received that one. Exactly how they drew it up, I'm sure, right? If only. Well, we'll see what the penalty markers are against here and who they're against. With 4:48 left in the third quarter, Urbana trails by 22. Would be nice to get back in the end zone. They scored those 6 points on an Elijah Rogers run. Went for 2 after that and unable to convert. And crowd dwindling a little bit, as to be expected here with the cold temperatures. Really, this is the first swing of real cold temperatures that we've had here. Coming a little late in the year, I think. October 11th, but really at halftime, a large portion of this crowd left on Urbana's side of things. But I tell you what, the students are hanging tough. Still a pretty large contingency of students here at McKinley Field, so nice to see them out supporting their classmates on the field. Well, and they're going to replay that one. A hold there on Davey for the Tigers. And what was that other one? Block in the back there against Richwoods. Just a block. So penalties offset each other. And they'll replay this one. So 1st and 10 from the 42. Urbana's ball. Rogers is on the sideline, so Lavoy Young under center. And Young is brought down. Loss of 4 or 5 on the play. We'll see where they mark it. Urbana dishes that back, and they get up to the original line of scrimmage there. Flag on the play, perhaps for some extracurricular activity there. We'll see what they make of that. Well, we don't have a statistician here tonight, or any night for that matter, but I'd be interested in these penalty yards. It seems just about every other play on both teams, to be honest. A little bit of a sloppy game here at McKinley Field. All right, so that one is against Peoria Richwoods. It goes in Urbana's favor, 15-yard penalty. They'll mark this at the 26-yard line, 1st and 10. 3:53 remaining here in the third. Tigers have some of their best field position they've had in quite a while, perhaps since that touchdown run. Young moving his way up the field, and see where they mark this. Looks like he gained 6 or 7. No, he's got the first down. He made it a lot further than I thought. So an 11-yard run there by Lavoy Young. So ball at the 15-yard line now with 3:42 left in the third. Running back Andre Minor on that carry, gained just a yard. So ball's on the 14 now. You'd really like to see the Tigers get in the end zone here, put a couple more, 6 more points on the board to be exact. Looks like Young was brought down at the line of scrimmage over there. That'll bring up 3rd down, so it's 3rd and 9 from the 14. Tigers don't want to squander this opportunity with the ball on the 14. 2:22 left in the third, and they find themselves down by 22 here at McKinley Field on homecoming. And they're just running into the line repeatedly here. Nothing going for the Tigers, brings up 4th and long. Lavoy Young heads over to the sidelines to talk with Coach Walker. We'll see what Coach Ordell Walker wants to run here. Davey coming out of the play in a substitution. 1:30 left in the third. 4th and 8, and looks like the Tigers are going for it. And Urbana calls a timeout. So Coach Walker wants to talk things over a little bit more with 1:26 left here in the third and 4th and 8. We'll see if the Tigers can pick up this 4th down. It would be huge if they could. 4th and 8. Urbana tries to get fancy and dish that one off and couldn't quite hang on to it, and loss of yards there. So turnover on down's going to be Richwoods' ball here. We'll see where they mark it at. Looks like it's going to be at the 25-yard line. And it is. So Richwoods takes over, 1st and 10 at the 25. They're up by 22, 28-6 ball game. A minute 20 left here in the 3rd quarter. Jason Liggett and Abram Washington with you. Abram running camera tonight. We appreciate him being here in the cold, bringing this game to you. And this will be a quarterback keeper, and looks like a gain of 5 or so from Drayden Smith. They'll say a gain of 6 down in the box. That'll be the end of the 3rd quarter there. And it remains the same. So a scoreless 3rd quarter as Richwoods still up by 22, 28-6 over the Tigers. Well, and heading into the 4th quarter with Urbana down 22. Going to be a tough road to come back after that disastrous 2nd quarter, really. And the cheerleaders out throwing some footballs. They need like one of those T-shirt launchers to get it up here, don't they? Because they're not getting anywhere close to us. They're not trying either. I mean, well, there you go. There's one. So somebody's got an arm. I mean, not trying to get it up to us. I mean, they're giving effort at throwing out the balls, but mainly to the student section as we sit high above McKinley Field on top of the press box. Amir Dorsey on the carry there, and he runs into a brick wall from Urbana. Flag on the play. So 15-yard penalty there will bring up 2nd and 17, the ball on the 33-yard line. Looks like a gain of 8. Smith was running that ball. So it'll be 3rd and 9. It'd be nice if the defense can hold them here. Is it 4th down? It is 4th down. A little delay there on the scoreboard. I think that's what that whistle was about, clarifying that it is 4th down. So 4th and 9. Richwoods goes for it. And they get it. So Urbana really could have used a stop there, but Richwoods goes for it and picks up the 1st down. They dish that one off to Culberson. Culberson up the far side. And looks like a gain of 5. So 2nd and 5 now. Ten minutes left here in the 4th. Abrams excited about that. It is chilly up here. Kickoff temperature of 43 degrees, and I'm sure it's only dropped. It's a low of 31 tonight. First real cold night of the year for us here. I might have to turn on the heat tonight, or at least bring out the extra blanket. It's going to be chilly tomorrow. I think there's like a high of 55 or something, if that, tomorrow. So fall is here. Well, Abram, if you really did have your eyes on one of those footballs, there's a couple on the on Blackman Field behind us. You're resourceful. Abram said it was locked off mic there. He can get in there if he wants to get in there. He's got connections. So the ball on the 38-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Knights. 9:30 remaining here in the 4th quarter, and Richwoods has a 22-point lead, which is what they led by at halftime. No scores in the 3rd quarter. It's 28-6 at McKinley Field. They hand this one off and inching towards another 1st down. Looks like a gain of 7. A gain of 6 is what they mark it at. Ball on the 32 now, so 2nd and 4, under 9 minutes remaining here. They flip this one back to Woods, and Woods gets knocked out of bounds around the 17-yard line. And par for course, there is a flag on the play. So automatic first down there. Ball is going to be on the 17-yard line. And dicing his way through some Urbana defenders once again is Cam Culberson. Culberson on the carry once again. I think he's brought down just shy of the first down. They mark it at the 11-yard line, 3rd and 1. And running this to get the first down, and they're going to say touchdown. So getting into the touchdown is Drayden Smith, quarterback for the Knights. So 7:01 left in the fourth. Richwoods extends their lead 34-6. The Tigers have not scored since the first quarter. So Richwoods going to go for the extra point here to make it a 29-point ball game. Oh. And they run it in for 2. Why not? So 36-6. 2-point conversion is good. And Urbana looks like they have just run out of gas here, to be honest. After a big win last week at Centennial, 22-12, the Tigers bring the Wright Street Trophy back to Urbana. First win since 2017 for this program, but unable to capitalize on that momentum as it looks like this one's all but over here. 36-6. The score with 7:01 remaining in the fourth. Oh, and Urbana might have a big kickoff return here. And they're going, running for the Tigers all the way to the end zone is Prentice Turner. And Prentice Turner with the kick return touchdown. So he gets a bright spot here in the fourth quarter for the Urbana Tigers. Kick return touchdown for Prentice Turner and Urbana. 36-12 with 6:48 remaining in the fourth. And that livens up the Tiger marching band here in the stands. Turner saw a hole there and he was gone. we got flag on the play here. It'll be a delay of game against the Tigers. So that pushes them back 5 yards as they were already going for 2. It'll bring Lavoy Young over to talk to Coach Ordell Walker on the sidelines. Ball's back at the 8-yard line now. Young drops back. There's this one out to the end zone and incomplete. So it'll remain a 24-point game here after a kickoff return by Prentice Turner. 36-12 now in favor of the Knights. 6:48 remaining here in the fourth. Jason Liggett alongside Abram Washington on the Tigers Media Network. We appreciate you tuning in and watching, whether it's on YouTube, youtube.com/UPTV6, on Urbana Public Television, Comcast Xfinity's Channel 6 and 1096, i3 Broadband Channel 6, or AT&T UVerse Channel 99. To learn more about Urbana High School Athletics, you can visit their website. It's il.8to18.com/Urbana. So il.8to18.com/Urbana. You can find scores and schedules, as well as rosters of all your favorite Urbana teams. You can also follow Urbana High School Athletics at Athletics Urbana on Twitter. And kick doesn't make it 10 yards here. Urbana touches it, though, and oh, goodness. So kick didn't make it 10 yards. Urbana touched that one and didn't seem to know what to do with it. And picking that one up for the Knights is their quarterback, Drayden Smith. And Smith runs it, a good 15 yards or so. So now they get the ball at the 31-yard line. Good field position with 6:46 remaining here in the fourth. Got some faithful students here as they outlast the cold here at McKinley Field. And an overall decent crowd as well turned out tonight for Homecoming 2019. We'll be back here next week, October 18th, for Senior Night. And flag on the play there. Might be a horse collar. Running on that one was Jamar Woods. He's brought down hard. He looks to be just fine, though, but we'll see what they rule here. Flag on the play. 6:38 remaining in the fourth. Richwoods up by 24. And it was a horse collar on Urbana. There's Javion Stowers on the carry there for Richwoods. Gain of 3 to get the ball to the 13-yard line. The Knights threatening to score once again. Flag on the play, and it looks like it's going to be a false start on Richwoods. So 5-yard penalty to bring up 2nd and 12 from the 18. 5:37 left here in the fourth. Richwoods running the ball, and he gets shoved into the end zone. And that's Culberson. So Culberson scores, and it's now a 30-point game. Richwoods 42, Urbana 12. Richwoods with a quick offensive drive there. Still 4:46 remaining in the fourth. They look to go for the extra point here, and back to kick for Richwoods is Marcus Lanier. Holding for the Knights is Drayden Smith. Kick is up, and it is good. So Richwoods take a 31-point lead here late in the fourth quarter, 43-12. Jermauer Woods kicks off. Excuse me, that's number 81 out there. Marcus Lanier kicking off for the Knights, and the Tigers get nothing going on that kick return. Was hoping for another kick return for a touchdown. Not so lucky that time. So the Tigers will have one more chance here, presumably on offense, with 4:39 left. Ball will be marked at the 12-yard line, so they've got their work cut out for them here, as they have all night long. Abram, there's now 3 of those plastic footballs on Blackman Field that the cheerleaders were tossing out earlier, so see what you can do about that. Jazarian Barber on the carry there for the Tigers. It's a 9-yard run. So that'll bring up 2nd and 1 from the 22. And now the Tigers offense coming line. Running up the far sideline is Urbana. They get it all the way to the 37-yard line. They might mark it at the 40, but a heck of a run there by the Tigers.
Keelan Webb on that last carry.
So 38-yard carry there for the Tigers. 3:26 left in the game. Andre Minor picks up a few there to make it 2nd and 7 from the 37-yard line. Young with the quarterback keeper, and he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Looks like a loss of 1. Oh, and there's a nice play from Urbana. They find one, and he runs it into the end zone. Flipping that one is Lavoy Young. He tosses it over to Kalen Webb, and Webb finds the open receiver deep. And touchdown Tigers here late in the 4th quarter. They've got 18 on the board now. 1:57 left in the 4th. Richwoods 43, Urbana 18. And the Urbana flag comes out around the track. Walker wants to go for 2, as they tend to do, without a kicker, and they get in there. So 2-point conversion is good. So Urbana pulls within 23 now. It's 43-20, 1:57 left in the 4th. So after a rough half of the last half of the 2nd quarter and a rough 3rd quarter, Urbana starting to come on late here in the 4th. They pull within 23, 43-20, but a couple of quick touchdowns here for the Tigers in the 4th quarter. And you're really going to have to go back and look at that 2nd quarter, because there was just a slew of errors on the Tigers' part and some bad luck that really turned this game around. It really looked like it was going to be an even matchup from start to finish here. And Richwoods able to take advantage of the 2nd quarter mistakes and get it in the end zone 3 times in the 2nd quarter. They took a 28-6 lead into halftime. And it's been about even, back and forth here. Kick from Urbana makes it to the 43-yard line, and that's where Richwoods will take it for. Onside kick there from the Tigers. 28 for Peoria Richwoods. Hunter Cooley on the carry. Cooley picks up 4. Ball on the 47, 2nd and 5. Richwoods on the carry, and they're shy of the first down. They do gain 4 there. So going to be 3rd and 1 with just a minute left remaining here in this one. And that'll be a first down. And this will most likely be the last play of the game here, with just 35 seconds and ticking down. Richwood's going to come up victorious here, 43-20 over the Urbana Tigers on Urbana's homecoming. So last week the Tigers at Centennial had a big win. First win since 2017 for the program, 22-12. Hoping to capitalize on that and bring that momentum over here tonight for homecoming, but unable to do so. As I mentioned just a few moments ago, that second quarter will haunt the Tigers as Richwoods pulled away 28-6 at halftime, and now they're going to win this one 43-20, the final. For Abram Washington, I'm Jason Liggett. We appreciate you tuning in. A happy homecoming to all on the Tigers Media Network.